Thank you everyone for joining us today for this hopefully informative webinar. If you have any questions throughout, please make sure to submit via the messaging function. We'll also have a couple of polls for you to answer during the webinar. We'd of course love your feedback. To give you an overview of what we'll be discussing today, we'll be focusing on two distinct areas, consumer versus dealer. How does the consumer use commercialtrucktrader.com? How do people find our site? Once they're on our site, what's their behavior? We'll also provide some statistics like page views, unique visitors, and conversion rates. Next, we'll discuss how all of this consumer behavior should directly affect how the dealer should use Commercial Truck Trader. Why is it so important to create a good listing? What is considered a good listing? Where do the leads go once generated? And how to most effectively use the reporting function in the inventory management tool. This is just a brief overview of what we'll cover today, so let's get started. In order to get the most out of your investment with Commercial Truck Trader, you have to have a rich understanding of both the site's functionality and how it's used by prospective truck buyers. Those dealers that generate terrific results on the site focus on delivering the information for which buyers are looking. So who are these buyers? CommercialTruckTrader.com has over 1.2 million unique visitors a month. And by unique, we mean we're not counting the repeat visitors. So with 1.2 million unique visitors a month, we ended 2014 with approximately 9.5 million page views. But who are those visitors? If you're guessing male, then you're correct. 60% of our visitors are male, but that also means 40% are female. Those are still impressive numbers for the ladies. 52% of the men that visit Commercial Truck Trader are between the ages of 25 to 64. That same age accounts for 35% of the female population that visits our site. So what else do we know about these visitors, these consumers, these buyers? Over half of our visitor base has a household income of $75,000 or more and a household size of 3 or more members. And knowing this audience will only better help our dealers in generating better results and more leads. So let's start at the beginning of a typical truck buying experience. Most truck buyers use a search engine, usually Google, to begin to shop for a new commercial truck. So they're going to go to Google and they're going to type into the search bar, Ram 3500 cargo van for sale, Raleigh, North Carolina. Then the search results are rendered and you can see that there are some good matches. You'll see that there are a number of paid ads at the top of the searches. Then the organic search results populate the page. So in this particular case, Commercial Truck Trader comes up high in the results. So let's click on that link. Once clicked on, that link takes us to a search results page on Commercial Truck Trader. The predominant weight of the search term is for Ram, but it also is for cargo vans. This is done to ensure that the searcher receives a number of good results that match his inquiry. At this point, the visitor can use the left rail to refine the search results in order to get the exact truck that he's looking for. Let's select Ram, so that only Ram vehicles are rendered in the results. Now, the visitor can scroll up and down the page viewing Ram vans, and at this point he finds one that he likes. So let's go ahead and click on this one. Now the user is viewing the vehicle listing. You'll see that this listing gives a lot of great detail, but more on that later. So let's say they're interested in this specific cargo van. At this point, there are a number of actions that the user can make. They can fill out the contact seller lead form. They can call the dealer using the phone number that is displayed. They can click to call, which requests for the dealer to call the buyer at the phone number that they designate. They can click through to the dealer's website, or they can see all the dealer's commercial inventory by clicking the See All Inventory link. Okay, so let's say the visitor decides to keep looking. They can hit the back button and refine their results. They can also click on the logo and go to the home page, where there are a variety of additional ways to search. There are many categorized links on the homepage, such as box truck, cab chassis, and bucket truck. A visitor can use these links to do a quick, detailed search for a specific category of vehicle. Also, there's a power search on the homepage that enables the user to search by a variety of choices, including truck type, category, manufacturer, model, and a new powerful addition search by job. This new feature helps the visitor find the truck that matches his vocation. Oftentimes, a contractor or landscaper may not know all the vehicle choices that are available, so this feature helps broaden their awareness of the trucks that are available for the jobs for which they need to use them. Now that we've taken a look at how the consumer conducts research and shops on the site, let's show you how the dealer can optimize that information and use this site to be a powerful lead generating tool. So to start, we'll need to log into the inventory management tool, and the dealer can access that through a number of ways. First, they can click on the dealer services login link in the top nav on the home page, or we can go to the Sell tab and then click the dealer services login link there as well. So we're going to go ahead and log in. Okay. And once we're logged in, it's going to direct us to the dealer dashboard. The Dashboard tab provides a quick view of the dealer leads and the recent activity associated with their inventory. The stats to the left under Ad Activity and Dealership Activity show how many times the dealer's ads were seen in the past 30 days and the collective visibility of their dealership. The graphs in the center of the page under Total Leads is a quick glance at the number of leads they have received in the past 30 days. So if we're going to click on phone calls, emails, it's going to directly link us to the sources of their leads. So let's go ahead and click on phone calls, and it's going to take us to a report that offers a variety of analysis. Again, at the top you can customize the date range. The total call analysis breaks down the calls and allows the dealer to see how many calls were answered and unanswered. Also, how many of those calls were unique, meaning new callers. So, for example, this report shows that there were 15 calls, but of those 15, 13 were new or unique callers. The report breaks down the calls by week, hour, and even zip code. And then under the call detail report, it shows the date, day, and time the dealer was contacted. Also, it allows the dealer to listen to each call in its entirety. This report is of extreme value to a dealer as it makes them aware of who is contacting them, but also how that lead is being handled on their end. Next, we'll visit the Reports tab. The Reports tab allows you to view a breakdown of all the dealer leads and traffic for their inventory. So select a date range in the start date and end date fields, and then select which type of report you'd like to view. The standard report type is summary, and that again reflects what we just discussed on the dashboard homepage. The only difference on the report page is you can change the time frame. The email report, phone call report takes you to the same place as the links on the dashboard page. So the ad exposure report allows the dealer to track the number of views of their inventory from each searchable section. The report lists the dealer's current inventory and its given ad exposure for the desired time frame. The Scarcity by MSA report examines the inventory that is in the highest demand, meaning most searches, but in lowest supply in their market. And for those that don't know, MSA stands for Metropolitan Statistical Area. That means a city of at least 50,000 people or an urbanized area of at least 100,000 people, and the counties that include these areas. Next, the Inventory Views by MSA report examines the dealer's inventory exposure compared to that of a local competitors with the same inventory. Dealers can use this data to identify trouble spots, including pricing, description, and photos. It can also help increase branding and market share in their local market. And the last report is the Pricing Comparison Report by MSA. This report shows the dealer how their inventory pricing compares to the same inventory being sold on our sites in their market. Dealers can use this data to determine the most competitive pricing for their current inventory. Now that we've examined the different types of reports the inventory management tool provides, let's look into adding a piece of inventory and some of the best practices a dealer should employ. So to add a piece of inventory, we'll click the Inventory tab and then click the Add Inventory button to the right of the screen. It's extremely important when adding inventory to capture critical components that can make or break lead generation. Leaving fields blank is not a good practice. Obviously, for this webinar, we're not going to fill in every field, but providing every piece of detail regarding the dealer's vehicle will not only help him in search results, but also it provides the consumer with necessary information and stops the dealer from being overlooked. So, another thing to note is when completing the description portion, the dealer should provide ample information pertaining to vocation and upfit. They should make sure to address whether the vehicle's purpose can accommodate a painter, landscaper, etc. Also, including the vehicle's upfit options and how the attachments can be used is very important information. The dealer should be extremely descriptive and use keywords such as Tommy lift, dump, or dry box. As mentioned, the more robust the description, the better the dealer's outcome. So once all the above information is completed, the dealer clicks the next button to upload photos of the unit. It's essential when adding inventory to include at minimum 15 photos, and the dealer should include photos consisting of 360-degree view, upfits, vehicle interior, front and back of the vehicle, as well as tires. Also, the dealer should upload photos that are not blurry and are high quality. Once the photos are uploaded, the dealer will click Next and then enter the enhancements of the vehicle, again, making sure not to leave out any pertinent information. In order to work these leads, please go into your dealership's customer relationship management tool, as you do for all other leads at your dealership. Now let's take a look at a good example of a vehicle description. At first glance, notice the dealer included extensive information about the vehicle. He's mentioned all of the details of the unit a consumer would want to see. And remember, that's essentially the goal. Be as descriptive as possible to accommodate the needs of the consumer and potentially gain a lead. So this is kind of the end of our webinar. We've discussed how the consumer uses our site, how the dealer can capitalize on that given information, as well as walked you through our inventory management tool and business intelligence reporting system.